Tips to boost metabolism. Have you ever thought about how to speed up your metabolism and get more energy? It would be great to have easy-to-remember tips on hand that can help you burn calories faster throughout the day. We'll show you the best ways to speed up your metabolism and improve your health in this movie. But what are the best ways to speed up your metabolism, and how can you use them in your daily life? Come with us as we talk about these ways to speed up your metabolism and find out how you can start seeing results right away. Numerous factors influence your metabolism. Some of them, like age, are unchangeable. All this indicates, though, is that you should do everything you can to ensure that you're not delaying your metabolism any longer. To increase your metabolism, try these 8 methods. Start moving now and continue to do so every day. Sitting too much has many negative effects, one of which is to slow metabolism. So much of improving metabolism is understanding what it is you do with most of your time, states Dr. Tabatabai. If you're sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours a day only to go home and sit in front of your TV for another 2 or 3, that's certainly going to reduce your metabolic rate. The COVID-19 pandemic really decimated physical activity for a lot of people, states Dr. Tabatabai. There's a good chunk of people who haven't gone back to their workout classes or other types of organized exercise, but even things as simple as walking through the grocery store every week has been replaced by the convenience of curbside pickup. Dr. Tabatabai goes on to say that many of us eat more calories than we require, which exacerbates the situation. Indeed, modifying our dietary habits can address a portion of this issue. But maybe more crucially, we need to start scheduling time each day for physical activity, at least in terms of boosting metabolism. 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise is the recommended amount of physical activity, and it's essential to approach this aim as seriously as possible if you want to succeed in the long run. Don't go and buy a bunch of expensive exercise equipment and expect it to magically make you fit. Dr. Tabatabai cautions, you need to find an exercise regimen that you can stick with. Find something you can commit to and decide to be active every day, whether it's a stroll for 30 minutes every day or something else entirely. Adopt a diet high in plants. You don't have to give up meat and become a strict vegetarian in order to follow the predominantly plant-based diet. Putting an emphasis on plant-based foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based sources of fat and protein is all that is required. Although they are acceptable, meat, dairy, and other animal products shouldn't make up the majority of your diet. Eating plants gives us so much nutrition and energy, states Dr. Tabatabai. Plant-based diets such as the Mediterranean diet are highly beneficial to metabolism because your body becomes more metabolically active after consuming high-fiber, high-liquid food sources, which is what plants are. These meals also aid in satiety, which helps us feel fuller for longer periods of time and fill us up more quickly. A plant-based diet is therefore an excellent means of achieving and maintaining weight loss. Develop and preserve muscle. It's time to talk about the precise ways that exercise helps your metabolism. Moving every day is better than not moving at all, but when it comes to improving metabolism, the type of exercise matters, says Dr. Tabatabai. Cardio was nearly always associated with exercise during the 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s. Fitness advocates have long defended elliptical machines, treadmills, and jazzercise as the best methods for burning calories. You'll receive our newsletter containing articles, videos, health advice, and more if you sign up. Aerobic exercise is certainly important for overall health, but we've been missing another key piece. Anaerobic exercise, says Dr. Tabatabai. Strength training works both our large and small muscle fibers, and it is essential for a healthy metabolism. It supports the growth and maintenance of lean muscle, which has a high metabolic activity. Remember that strength training doesn't have to be scary or restricted to lifting heavy objects. Additionally, you can perform bodyweight workouts like calisthenics or resistance bands. The advantages extend beyond metabolism. Resistance training, according to Dr. Tabatabai, also supports brain function, bone health, and other factors. Restrict your intake of processed meals. Ultra-processed foods can slow down your metabolism, whereas nutrient-dense food sources can speed it up. Considering how lethargic we get after consuming excessive amounts of fast food or junk food, this may not come as a surprise. Our metabolic processes tie in very closely to what we eat, so the quality of the food you eat matters, explains Tabatabai. You ought to consider your body to be the most costly vehicle you will ever own. You really need to think about the maintenance and the things you put into it. Foods that have been processed are nearly always heavy in refined carbs, saturated fats, and slash or added sugars. These foods are fine to occasionally indulge in, but they shouldn't be regular parts of your diet because, although they provide your body with quick energy, they don't contribute anything nutritionally or metabolically. Processed food consumption excessively can cause a variety of problems in the future. Processed foods are often high in carbohydrates and very calorie-dense, and consuming them stimulates an increase in insulin, which is a storage hormone, promotes the storage of fat, says Dr. Tabatabai. Eating too much saturated and trans fat also leads to insulin resistance. Into your exercise regimen, incorporate high-intensity interval training, HIIT. What we found is that high-intensity interval training workouts that combine aerobic activity with quick bursts of anaerobic activity increase metabolism most effectively and for the longest periods of time as compared to just running or just weightlifting, for instance, says Dr. Tabatabai. The only issue with this type of workout is that, depending on fitness level or age, some of the popular formats, like CrossFit, can sometimes come with a higher risk of injury. Dr. Tabatabai emphasizes that senior citizens should not engage in any activity that causes them discomfort or feels out of the ordinary. This includes refraining from jumping or lifting more weight than they are accustomed to. Depending on your current fitness level, you can also create your own high-intensity interval training workouts. Maybe you're on the elliptical for 5 minutes and then you pop off and lift dumbbells for 90 seconds, repeating that process for 15 to 20 minutes, explains Tabatabai. The goal is to have some workouts that combine cardio and strength training, since those together really seem to increase metabolism the most. Ignore the diets that restrict calories. Frequent overconsumption of meals is undoubtedly problematic for achieving an ideal metabolism. However, crash dieting can also result in metabolic issues. Starvation can shut off your metabolism, which is why we don't recommend diets based on extreme calorie restriction, according to Dr. Tabatabai. When your body senses it's being starved, it conserves energy, meaning your metabolism slows down. Your body may eventually resort to using last resort energy sources, including muscle, bone, and even brain tissue as a result of this. This makes the issue even worse. A study looking at people who followed extremely restrictive diets as part of a popular TV series demonstrated that, yes, these participants could lose weight, according to Dr. Tabatabai. What's alarming, though, is that these individuals nearly always gain more weight than they had previously, in addition to gaining this weight after the program. The results of the study show that the crash diets caused the individual's body compositions to drastically change, to the point where they lacked metabolically active muscle, which is essential for maintaining a healthy weight. Sarcopenia, the word for age-related muscle loss, is associated with an increased risk of fractures, falls, and frailty, says Dr. Tabatabai. For weight loss, steer clear of the fad diets, and instead concentrate on eating in moderation and consuming as many plant-based meals as you can. Give sleep priority. Although the CDC advises adults to get 7 hours of sleep every night, between 30 and 40% of adults report getting less. According to Dr. Tabatabai, I think we tend to underestimate the importance of sleep. It is advantageous for more than simply the wellness of our brain and immune system. Sleep deprivation can seriously impair metabolism. An ideal metabolism is promoted by balanced insulin levels, which are lowered by sleep. Insufficient sleep can also impact your energy levels for activities that promote a healthy metabolism, such as exercising and preparing a balanced meal. Because of this, you might decide to forego exercising, eat fast food for supper, and drink sugary drinks instead of exercising. If these habits continue over time, they might all lead to a slower metabolism. It also functions in the opposite direction. Dr. Tabatabai continues, we tend to get better sleep and therefore promote a healthy metabolic rate when we're exercising regularly and eating nutritious foods. A lot of these systems impact one another. Sip lots of water. As you may already be aware, staying properly hydrated promotes healthy heart, brain, and digestive system functions. To that list, you may add boosting your metabolism. This is partially due to the fact that dehydration lowers muscles' metabolic activity. Moreover, a decrease in fluid consumption results in a decrease in lipolysis or fat burning. Since hunger and thirst signals are frequently confused, drinking water might help suppress appetite and avoid overindulging. Every single system in the body is sensitive to fluid intake, and metabolism is no exception, states Dr. Tabatabai. Metabolism depends on water. We truly are what we eat and drink because water makes up 60% of the human body. Subscribe now for more health tips and tricks to boost your metabolism and improve your well-being.